We're talking with E.W. Jackson about a different kind of economic warfare. It's the kind where you can send a population across borders and make them citizens under U.S. law, which is a little scary thought. E.W., we ended with the notion of anchor babies. What's an anchor baby?
Well, you know, there are many people who consider that to be an offensive term. Those on the left who like the idea of foreigners being able to come to the country, even as illegal aliens, have babies here and have those babies automatically become citizens, because it furthers their agenda of diminishing our sovereignty and the security of our borders. But an anchor baby basically is a baby that is born to parents who are not American citizens, but then that baby becomes an anchor to the country because that baby then has rights and abilities within the country that the parents don't have, and later on could sponsor those parents to come, not to mention giving those parents certain privileges, being in our country, having a child that is an American citizen.
Now, I see a difference between those who come here legally under our laws and we allow them, and then they have children here while, green cards or residence or whatever. I can see a difference between that and somebody who enters the country illegal. How can you be subject to the jurisdiction thereof if you broke our laws to get here?
And you know, Kevin, most of these anchor babies are the children of illegal aliens. I mean, it's only a small percentage that are actually the children of people who've come to the country legally. Of course, some overstay their welcome and end up having babies here. But most of them, overwhelming 400,000 anchor babies in 2024, 75 to 80% of those babies were born to illegal aliens. So that's really what the issue is. And of course, we know many of those illegal aliens are on the terror watch list. Many of them are human traffickers, they're drug dealers, they're cartel members. I mean, we got some really bad actors taking advantage of America's constitutional system, and we've got to put a stop to it.
And even if they're, decent citizens, and not citizens, they're never citizens, but even if they're decent people and they want to get a job here, doesn't that hurt Americans who are also looking for jobs?
You know, one of the things that I find most offensive that's become acceptable in nomenclature today is called the dreamer. And I've often said, but aren't the children of Americans dreamers? Don't we dream about doing the best we can with the wonderful freedom and prosperity that's offered in our country? How is it that being brought here by an illegal alien suddenly makes you a person of special status? I think we need to get back to making sure that the American dream is secure for the American people.
Well, it gives you special status even in colleges you get in-state tuition in some cases yep. Free tuition, which it seems ridiculous to me, where we have a lot of American citizens who really do have dreams and are still struggling in a very difficult economy from inflation and everything else. We just celebrated Martin Luther King Day here in America, and he had a dream, and his dream would be for the American citizens, regardless of color, to have equal opportunity. Can you speak to that?
Well, it's one of the reasons why I'm really personally insulted by the program and the whole problem, because the 14th Amendment was really passed to address, as you suggested earlier, talking about your Native American ancestry, to address my ancestors and their right to citizenship in this country. And for it to then be exploited by people who are really enemies of America, or in some cases, just coming and competing with the American people for resources that we need for ourselves and for our children, I just find it personally offensive, frankly. But just leaving aside my own personal antipathy for this, Kevin, this is a policy matter. It's bad for the country and bad for the American people.